What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at you today with a Diablo Immortal video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Necromancer build and explain to you why I believe this is the best build in the game for causing massive damage, not just in challenge rifts but also in PvP as well. So sit back, relax, and let's get into this. I'm going to be sharing with you also a full PvP match and also a challenge rift 72 in this video as well. So you're going to get to see the actual build in action as well, which is really good stuff. Okay, so first thing I want to do is just get into my actual build itself and explain what you do to set it up and the reasons why, etc., so on and so forth. So first of all, let's dive into the skills. Okay, that's the first thing I want to show you. These are the skills in which I use. Okay, Bone Spear, because Bone Spear is just so much better than Soulfire. I love the fact that it pierces straight through the enemies and does loads of damage. It's a good primary attack. Okay, when you get the chance to sit still and use it, it's a good one to use. And then you got the four main skills. We've got the Wraith Form, which is essential in this build. You'll see why when I start going through things, but this is great for PvP. It's fantastic for PVE. You definitely need to be having Wraith Form in your skill set. We're also going to go for the command skeletons as well. We're going to get 4 of these lovely summons in, which is going to help us out a bunch too. I'll explain why later. We're going to go for the big boy himself, Mr. Command Golem. This is just a great way to control the PvE enemies in challenge rifts. Plus, it does an absolute ton of damage. It's a really good skill to go for. And then this one right here, which is one of the most underrated skills for a Necromancer. I don't see too many people using this as a Necro. Most people are running skills like Bone Spikes, Bone Wall, Bone Pillar, all that kind of stuff to be very aggro and control-y. I'm telling you now, guys, Corpse Explosion is absolutely insane, especially if you put the right skills with it, and we're going to get into that as well. But those are the skills in which we're using on this Necro build. Now let's get into the equipment and see exactly how we're enhancing that. So first of all, you can see I'm 1268 res. I do have my wings, and I'm 85 Paragon. Only spent just under $300 on the account though. Got super lucky with some insane jewel drops when I first started playing. I wish I'd recorded it. But don't worry about the cosmetics. We're not going to get into the cosmetics too much. Of course, I do have the scythe and the shield, which is part of the 800% value pack. I had to get it because, I mean, I would have been losing money if I didn't, right? But also, now I've got my wings. It kind of all matches, so I kind of am quite glad I picked it up. So there we go. All right, guys, let's get into it. So I've got the helmet, Mirror Ictus. This is the one you want to go for. Now, the jewel on here, I'm sure you can see, the Blessing of the Worthy isn't actually essential. Okay, and don't worry, I'm not going to go into too much about attributes and magic because, you know, a lot of you are going to have different magic and attributes. Obviously, the best you want to go for are 3 stats on attributes, 3 stats on magic. Everyone knows that, and they all vary, but for this build we don't need to sit there and go into too deep on attributes and magic. Now, this jewel here isn't actually essential to this build either. Okay, this was something I splurged on at the start. I do like it because if something comes up close to me and starts hitting me, the Blessing of the Worthy procs, and it's like a defensive jewel. I kind of do like the Blessing of the Worthy, but again, not essential to do what you need to do with this particular build. If we go down, this is what you're using this helmet for. Your skeletal archers or champions are replaced with skeletal archers. These things are lethal and they're really good. So that's the reason why we use this helmet. Going into the chest piece, we're going to be using They Rest Everywhere. Now, this jewel is something you are going to want to use as a Necro in this particular build, as a Necromancer. Freedom and Devotion is, for this build, essential. It's going to increase the duration of your summons by 24% at rank 10, and the damage done by your summons by 3%. I mean, that's huge. It's another quarter of the time they're going to be out before they disappear. So that's a really good jewel to have on a Necromancer that's doing any kind of summons. As you can see, I get some bonus stuff as well because we've got some bonus resonance attributes, but again, resonance not necessarily essential for the build. What is nice though, when you do awaken this piece of gear, is Corpse Explosion damage radius increased by 20%, and then also Corpse Explosion damage increased by 10%. So this is increasing the radius that this explosion is going to go off, and it's increasing the damage it's going to do. I mean, absolutely essential for anyone running Corpse Explosion. So even without being awakened, this is still essential because you want the radius increased. Obviously, awakening it is nice because you do get the extra damage. And to be honest with you, this 1-star gem is not exactly difficult to get to level 10. So I don't think many of you will have an issue doing that and waking it up, okay? But that jewel's definitely part of this build. Going down to the shoulders, we've got the Rot Spur. Again, the jewel is something I enjoy because it brings in another summon, and you're going to see in it shortly that the more summons we have out on the battlefield, the more damage we're going to be doing. So I love the fact that Echoing Shade brings in a summon. Yes, this is a 4-star gem at level 2. I did drop a 4-star Echoing Shade on a free Rift run. Crazy stuff, I know. If we go down, obviously I'm still working on leveling it up, but I need to get duplicates to do it. So as you can see, I'm not pushing loads of rifts, so I can't push these levels up at the moment. I have to wait for that one. But the reason we use Rot Spur is because of this. Now this is OP. If you haven't used this yet, you need to do it. This is insane. Blighted Corpses. It's literally the best one. I've tried them all out. Even the one where the corpses run after them. Like, it's no good. This is the one you want, guys. Blighted Corpses. Corpse Explosion no longer detonates corpses, causing them instead to release blight on the area that poisons enemies for continuous damage. Now they still explode. It says they no longer detonate, and they don't detonate, but they still go pop, and they still cause damage when they pop. And then the poison damage that you can do over a wide area is insane. And if you've got an enemy that's standing in that green goo and you start hitting them, their life just disintegrates. I'm going to demonstrate that to you a little bit later. Works great in PvP as well. You get a barbarian swinging his sword around, not really paying attention where he's going. You drop that on his feet, he's going to melt. It's really, really good stuff. So Rot Spur is the shoulders. Going into the legs, we've got the Proximal Fear. Now these are what's going to work with your Wraith ability. Now let's go down and check this out. First of all, Phoenix Ashes. This is really a PvP. I mean, it does sometimes come into play in PvE, but to be honest with you, it's a PvP gem. I was lucky to get it, so I used it. Not essential for the build, but it definitely is a quality of life thing. It does kind of help me last and survive a little bit longer in those difficult PvP situations where it's going to prevent me from dying. But again, I need to level it up to get some real good use out of it. But no, that's not why we're here. Proximal Fear is you want to use this because you get the legendary ability Banshee. Wraith form now causes enemies you touch to flee in fear and damages them. Now this is essential to this build. Now you might be asking yourself the question, but hang on a minute. If you're using a Banshee to make them run away in fear in different directions, how's that going to work with your Corpse Explosion? Because your Corpse Explosion is going to be in one area and they're all running away. That's surely not going to work. Well, that's because what comes next is what makes this all fit into place. Now, before I show you, it doesn't need to be at this high level, okay? But let me just show you what I'm talking about. You need, well, first of all, you need Desolatoria for a completely different reason. But scroll down. It's this gem. It's this gem is what you need, guys. You need Chip of the Stoned Flesh. Now, I do understand this is a 5-star of 5-star gem. Yes, I got extremely lucky, like I said. I actually dropped this 5-star with the 4-star Echoing Shade on a 3-crest run. Absolutely insane stuff, right? But yeah, Chip of the Stone Flesh is what you're going to want in your set. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's 1 star. You just need to get hold of this jewel, okay? Because this jewel is beautiful. It works so well with the Wraith and the Banshee legendary ability. Because what's going to happen here is when you fly into the enemies as your Wraith, you're going to make enemies lose control. They're going to flee in fear, and it damages them as well. But most importantly, they are going to lose control of their motor functions. Now, if you read what this gem does, each time you cause an enemy total loss of control, you will also apply an explosive curse. When the curse expires, the enemy will explode for the damage equal to 45% of all damage taken. I mean, your numbers might be different if your gems are lower level, obviously, but it's going to take damage during that duration up to a maximum, for me, 210% base damage, which is huge. and it can't occur no more than 20 seconds per target. Basically, in layman's terms, you're going to turn enemies into statues. You're literally going to turn them into stone statues, and they just can't move. They can't do anything. They're just stuck. In PvP, it is literally the most insane stun. I can't wait to show you in the PvP match very, very soon. But the stun is insane. You can literally freeze them in their spot and then drop all your summons and everything on their head and just make them explode. And you can do the same thing to huge groups of enemies in challenge rifts, and I'm going to show you that as well. But of course, once you've gone ahead and done that and frozen them, dropped your golem on their head, then you turn around and use corpse explosion. The amount of damage you're causing during that period of time when they're frozen is huge. And when the frozen effect finishes, they take another ton of damage, and either they're going to explode into a load of crumbs, or they're going to take a whole bunch of damage. It's insane. So this is why you need to grab yourself Chip of the Stone Flesh to go with it, all right? But Desolatoria, why do we use this weapon? Because of Molten Golem. This turns the golem into, it basically is your golem on steroids. If you imagine giving your golem a 6-pack of Red Bull, sticking a steroid injection into its ass and pushing it, you know, this is what you're going to get. A golem completely covered in fire. When it summons, it stuns people, it burns them, drop it on their head. It's a bad day at the office for anyone that has to come up against it. It's an absolute monster. So this is definitely the best golem I believe you should be using, the Molten Golem. And then coming to the last piece, which is the shield. Now, this is kind of like, there's a couple of different shields you could potentially use. You could go for the one that offers the 10% damage or extra damage for the golem. I went for a different one. And also, we'll talk about this gem here. This is actually an essential gem for this Necromancer build. Follower's Burden. I'm currently trying to get this awakened. It's currently at level 7. And as you can see, this thing increases all damage you deal for each summon you control, up to a maximum increase of 12.5%. Additionally, your summons take 4.5% decreased damage. This is crazy. So if I've got more summons up on the field, I do more damage. My corpse explosion, my primary attack, all of this stuff's going to do way more damage if I've got more summons out. And as you can see, we've got 4 skeletons, we've got the golem, we've got the shadow clone jitsu from the echoing shade. I've got a lot of summons out, and so that's going to really be increasing my damage while those guys are in play. So this is an absolute essential gem for anyone that's rocking some summons. And I mean, the summons is kind of like this gem is built for Necro. If you're a Necro, you need Follower's Burden, okay? Okay, but then going down, you can see I went for this legendary skill. Decreases time required to raise new skeletal champions by 30%. That's quite important because especially in PvP or even in challenge rifts, if you die and come back, all your skeletons are gone. They've all got to be raised individually again. And if you don't have this equipped, it can take too long to bring those skeletons back up. So I like this because it reduces that time, means I can get straight into the action very quickly with my 4 skeletons back in play. But that's basically the build. Those are the 4 pieces of gear. Those are the legendary skills I would recommend. And the thing I like about this build is I don't have a piece of gear here where I have a legendary skill that's not doing nothing. Each piece of gear has a function. Each piece of gear is doing something for the build rather than having a piece of gear that isn't doing anything. Now let's go over to the left hand side. You can see here we've got the green ones. The rings I'm not at Hell 4 yet, so I can't get the rings, which are part of the set. But in my opinion, for this particular build, with all these summons we've got going on, there's only one set to go for, okay? And that's going to be the Shepherd set. So if we scroll down, you can see this is the Shepherd set here. You have the Shepherd and Beastmaster gloves. You then have Shepherd and Leader boots, Shepherd and Begetter waist, the Shepherd and Architect on the neck piece, and then the rings are the Shepherd and Father and Shepherd and Mother. Which I will be trying to get later down the line. But let's go into the reasons why I believe this is the best set to go for. And again, we're not going to go into attributes and magic because, you know, some of these are 3 status, some are 2 status. I've just started working on getting my new ones. I just got the legs literally this morning. That's why it's exceptional 88. But I still need to get new ones on the waist. You see they're in the 40s. I need a new pair of hands as well. Hopefully I can get a 3 stat like this. And I do need another neck piece, so I've still got some stuff to work on, but it is a set of 4. All 4 of these are the Shepherd pieces, which gives you the set bonuses, set properties. And that's what we're here for. This is the business end of this left-hand side. And as you can see, Shepherd's Call to Wolves. Your summons deal 15% more damage. I mean, that alone is huge. 15% more damage from all these summons I got going on. Hell yeah. So that first one's fantastic. Then move on to the second one. You can see here, critical hit chance increased by 3% for each of your summons up to a maximum of 18%. So this is increasing the critical hits my summons can do. So overall, this is just making my summons just pack a whole bunch of damage. And that's at the moment, that's just with a 4-piece set. Once we get these rings, oh my goodness, I actually cannot wait to see what happens, because check what happens after. Look at this. On the when you get the full 6 set, your summons enter a frenzied state for 12 seconds each time one of them crits. The frenzied state increases their damage and attack speed by 60%. Holy crap, can you imagine that in PvP? Imagine my skeletons procking off with that. There'd be arrows flying everywhere. My golem running at 60% faster, smacking people. It's going to be an absolute carnage in that PvP arena once I get this thing going. So yeah, really looking forward to maxing this set out. And yeah, the Shepherd set just works so well with this build. It really does. Okay. Right, so that's the left-hand side. The other thing I want to mention that's worth mentioning in here is the charm. Now, I know charms suck, and the way you roll the skills is also annoying. So again, the charm's not essential to the build, but don't forget your charm. Do make sure you do try and look into the marketplace for the as cheaper skill stones as you can buy to try and get lucky. I got super lucky. I mean, you can see from here how lucky I got. A 6% on the corpse explosion. Insane. 4% on my skeletal archers, really good too. I get an extra 2% on my wraith because it does do a little bit of damage as well, and 2% on my golem. But you notice how I've actually got skills that match up with the skills I'm using in the build. You know and that's important to make sure you try and at least do that. Only buy skill stones which have got the skills on that you're going to be using in your set. Don't just get it because it's the class you have. Okay. So that's basically everything. Let's look at the stats. You want to look at the stats, I guess. My life is 54,000 at the moment. Damage 4,500. You can see my other stats here as well. We go to more attributes. You can see my combat rating is 2,335. And there's my armor, potency, resistance stats and everything. And just in case you guys are interested in looking at that. But again, not essential to make this build, The essential part is getting yourself these equipments, the jewels which you're going to need for the set, freedom and devotion. I would recommend echoing shade for the fact it creates another summons. Chip of the stone flesh is essential to this build, and follower's burden. So there's 4 jewels there, 2 of which are relatively easy to get, 2 a little bit more difficult, but that's what you want to be aiming for if you decide to give this build a go. Okay, now with all that said and done, I've gone through all of the stuff as far as the gear and everything goes. Let's see this build in action. We're going to start off with the Challenge Rift. Let's get it. All right, guys, so we're going to dive into Challenge Rift 72. I haven't done this one yet, so hopefully we can get through this one okay. I'm currently 16th on the leaderboard, which isn't too bad. So 72 is going to be our objective on this video, just to show you the build and see how it works. Now, the combo I pull off actually happens quite quick, so you need to pay attention to what I'm doing here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run forward and just try and collect a nice group together. Now, it's important not to get overzealous with this and get too many, otherwise it gets a bit overbearing. There's the golem, stunned, burning, lots of damage, on fire. There goes the wraith, turning them all into statues. And then here, that's really nice. My blessing of the worthy goes off as well then, and then the corpse explosion goes off as well, and causing humongous amounts of damage. You can see I also got the golem there and stomped on them after as well. The only one left is that big reaper with the scythe, and they're quite deadly, those things, but that goes down. So you can see how quickly a group of enemies there went down just with that initial combo. And I haven't really brought my skeletal champions into the fold yet. I haven't started procking them off. Just done that with the golem and corpse explosion and wraith. So again, just getting a nice little group together here. There goes the golem again. There's the stun. There goes my skeletal champions. There goes the wraith turning them into statues, and bang with the corpse explosion. And by the time that corpse explosion's done, they're practically dead. You can see my blessing of the worthy does proc off. It is useful. I know I said it's not essential, but it definitely is useful, especially when you're getting in for close encounters with the enemies nice and close with the Necro here, that Blessing of the Worthy does pop off quite a lot, and it does help out, causing a little bit of extra damage. So we're going to make our way down. We're doing pretty well on time here at the moment, so we're going to push forward again, try and collect some more enemies. Luckily walk into 2 packs of blues, although one of them is a pack of those big scythe wielding creatures, which are actually a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. I think they're called the reanimated vanguards, I think. Or maybe not, I don't know what they're called, but anyway, we're doing the same thing right now. I'm just trying to control the area. Again, really nice stone statues there. Unfortunately, I had no corpses on the ground in front of me where I wanted it, so I couldn't cause damage on those scythe wielding things at that point. But there you go, nice bit of damage. I take a big hit there, and that scythe comes in for the kill. But it's okay, we've got only 1 second to use there. We get straight back into the action. And right now, I'm just trying to avoid these scythe swings, because these scythe swings are causing tons of damage. You see, I went in there for a quick freeze, went again in with a corpse explosion, causing damage again. There's corpses all around them, so I'm going to explode them again. These are just bigger enemies, so they do have more life. Again, my skeletons, I'm waiting for them to come back out. I've only got 2 skeletons up at the moment. You can see Echoing Shade is also proccing off over there as well. And we get the kills, we get the orbs, nice. So got a bit caught up there. I could have played that a bit better, I think. I think my grouping was a bit off on that one. Hopefully we can do a bit better as we proceed forward. So again, going in with the Golem, going in with the Wraith, going in with that corpse explosion, causing some pretty good damage. Got to be careful with these mage blasts that are coming at me right now, because they are causing some pretty good damage on me. Again, going back in with the Wraith, turn around, corpse explosion, bang, all them corpses go off. And you can see the damage on those MP and them mobs. They're just absolutely melting. So I'm just constantly smashing the corpse explosion skill here as I walk around. And look, I don't even need to do too many primary attacks. It kind of does it all for me. It's lovely. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here. I can see a gold one. Oh, do we try a gold one just to finish this off? This will be a good way to finish off this challenge rift, by doing a gold one. I think we can do this. So again, going in with that corpse explosion, Blessing of the Worthy proccing, going in with the Golem, another corpse explosion on top of them, doing some primary attacks over here. I'm trying to proc my Echoing Shade to see if I can get that going as well. Also, there it is, Echoing Shade's up. My clone takes up the, starts attacking the other one. The Golem's going in too. Now I can start focusing more on this gold one over here, which is pretty good. Got myself some electric orb there, which is quite nice. Take out these remaining mobs so they get out of the way, and now we can put all of our efforts in. Look, summons, we've got all of that. Look, we've got the clone going in, we've got the skeletons, we've got the Golem. Lovely, look at that, absolutely decimated that gold one. The damage is insane with all these summons out. Once you get one-on-one with an enemy and you pull all your summons out on top of it and start primary attacking on it, my god, they absolutely melt. So we're going to do that, just that to this boss right now. You can see I got my Shadow Clone Jitsu going from the Echoing Shade. That's going to take some damage at the front there. You can see I got my Skeletal Archers in front of me causing good damage. I'm going to proc them off in a second. First of all, there we go. There goes the Skeletal Archers. Now we're going to drop the Golem onto his head. There it is. Beautiful stuff. Now you can't use the stone statues on the boss. You can't Wraith the boss, which is a kind of unfortunate. But that's not the end of the world. We could do enough damage without having to worry about using the Wraith on the boss, you know. Again, those Skeletal Archers are in there, taking all the attention from the boss from us. We've got our clone continuously shooting Bone Spear straight into it. I just needed to avoid these little fireballs that are coming at me, because I can imagine them doing loads of damage. I took a gamble, run through the fire and grabbed the potion pots. You saw my Phoenix Ashes proc there, I almost died as I run through to get the pots of life, thinking I could just run through like a badass, and I couldn't. But there it is, I've done it. 5 minutes 12 seconds. It's pretty good going for that particular challenge rift. And you can see just the way I just cause mass damage continuously going through. It not only controls the enemies well, but just absolutely melts them as well. So that's the build which I was discussing in the first half of this video in action on a decent level challenge rift. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a PvP situation, and I'm going to show you how it fares against other human players. Let's get it. Do you guys always find that when you do a PvP match, there's always that one person that doesn't press ready until the last second? Look, every time, I swear. Someone just likes to have control of the power, right? Anyway, we're getting into a PvP match. Now look, guys, this was just a random PvP match I'd done straight after recording the previous bits you've seen about, you know, the challenge rift. I literally done a challenge rift and then went straight in and done a PvP match. So I haven't sat there and done a whole bunch of PvP matches and, you know, hand-picked my best match. You know, whether I won or lost, I was going to show this match. And to be honest with you, this match was quite hard fought. It didn't go the way I wanted it to. There was some strong wizards on the other side, and it was definitely a tough fight. So yeah, it was a pretty good one to show as well. Always try and invite people into a party when you first get in there, because you do get some extra boosts, which is worth taking. But I don't think we got a fourth person on this one. Sometimes what I normally do is just sit there and click on my teammates and kind of look at their gear and stuff and see what kind of jewels and things they're rocking. But I'm not on this one. This one I'm just getting ready to go in. So we are going to be destroying the Ancient Heart on this particular PvP match. We're going in for the kills, or kills, and to get the statues dead, and take the zealots down the other end and kill the heart and all that. So we go straight in, and I always go straight in and kill the main one first of all, and then I'm going to peel off to the left here and try and do some damage on this second one. There we go. You can see I'm using my summons, I'm using my command skeletons, using the golem here, using my primary attack, trying to get as much damage onto this zealot as we can. You can see there's a demon hunter coming into my right there, starting to attack me. So I freeze him with the wraith, turn him into a statue. Somebody else does start to get involved. There's a wizard there causing major damage to me. I'm trying to get out of there. It's pretty tough. I do manage to escape. They're just about. I'm going back after him with the wraith, turn him into a statue, and he's dead. There you go. Look at that. Look how quickly that happened, guys. Plus my golem's just gone and killed the other guy as well. Look at that. That turn of events. I was on the back foot, but with this build, I don't have to retreat continuously. I can go straight back in and attack. And that wraith just turned everything on its head. That's why I'm saying that Chip of the Stone Flesh with that ability is absolutely essential for this build. Going in with the golem again, nice big hit. Going in with the command skeletons, causing massive damage to this guy. A quick freeze, and this guy almost dies there. He gets away. I think that barbarian's going to go finish him off though. Oh, there it is. 3 kill streak. Boom. You see my summons going in again, causing damage, getting nice kills for me. Thank you very much. Okay, so the 3 zealots, the 3 guardian guys, they're dead. We now need to push forward to phase 2 of this PvP match, which is pushing the statues down one of the flanks. And this was a lot more difficult than I was expecting. I push in with my wraith, trying to get some statues formed. They managed to escape that. And I'm just waiting back a little bit, you know, just letting my summons get ready. Okay, they've got some wolves coming in, cause a bit of damage. I'm going to try and push forward. They've got some things slowing me down. Try and push in, get into the wraith mode, turn them into statues, do some damage, but there's like 3 of them, and I kind of overextended myself for there. I got a bit greedy, and I do get killed. Again, I told you this match didn't have it my way. And don't worry, guys, this build may be good, but it's not. It doesn't make you invincible. Quick statue. Look at that, nice damage. He's thinking, what the hell's going on? He's running for his life, and he's dead. There it is. I mean, you know, these guys, they push you thinking, oh yeah, it's a necro, and then you just turn them into stone. It's like, holy crap, what? You can see that wizard there. I'm pushing that wizard. I'm going to go forward, turn him into stone. He's dead. Look at that. Beautiful. I pushed him with the summons first. I flew forward with the wraith, freezed him into stone, primary attack, dead. Just like that. That's how quickly you can wipe people out in this PvP arena with this build. You can see here, we've got another guy there. Look, he's hovering. He's hovering. I ain't quite got my abilities ready, but I'm going to primary attack him. Looks like I'm going to get a counter or an assist on that one. Looks like my teammate Bam Bam there is going to take him out. Okay, there's obviously another wizard floating around here because I can see a statue. We're going to go in with the wraith. I should have gone left with the wraith and turned that demon hunter into stone as well. I didn't, and I paid the price there. Almost dying. Corpse explosion on the floor there to kind of cover my exit so they don't come running behind me. Works an absolute treat. So they walk through that, they're going to be in trouble. Okay, they're still hovering in front of us here, causing some damage, and that wizard just blasting those ice rays. Look, there's 2 of them firing it, and it's got such range on it. It's very difficult to kind of push forward when that thing's coming at you. I should have waited and held back a little bit there. Maybe use my summons a bit better. Again, I'm not perfect. Okay, here we go. Look, straight onto his head with the golem. This guy's wondering what the hell's going on. Loads of summon attacks. Look, this guy's about to get melted. He's trying to run away with a teleporter. He does manage to escape just about. Looks like my golem's gone running after him. Nice, come back. That wizard literally ran for his life. after all those summons dropped on top of his head. He had the smallest amount of life going. So while the right hand side's busy, I try and sneakily come over here and start pushing this left hand side up. You can see this demon hunter causing me all sorts of problems. Me and the wizard, lovely duo there. He gets the black hole, I go flying in and kill him, which is really good. Again, more wizards coming in there from the right. They're pushing down the right hand side. You can see I'm using my summons to try and get them in the way between, but get them in between me and the enemy to cause some problems. And they're coming from behind us as well. It's another wizard shooting at us. What the hell? I try and get out of here because I need to heal, and I'm going back and I'm walking into more enemies. I'm somehow still getting kills. My summons, I tell you, they're so strong. My summons managing to pick up more kills as I'm retreating back, trying to get my life back. Okay, now we can go forward. There we go. 4 archers straight in. Those 4 archers, when you fly them 4 archers in and they fire that first wave, trust me, those 4 arrows hit and it causes massive damage. You can see how quickly that dude ran away. It's because he doesn't want to get nowhere near those archers. And you can see I'm trying to push in, but those traps on the floor that make you go slow, I hate them. I hate them so much, causing me massive problems. And you can see they're really starting to push down that side now and push our zealot back. And I was starting to think at this point, I don't know if we're going to get this, because they seem to be defending these flanks really, really well. So let's keep up, but you know, don't give up. That's what I can tell you, is never give up, man. Keep pushing and just keep working the tactics. Going in, I turned 2 of them into stone there. I'm trying to do damage, but I'm all on my own here. I got a couple of people sitting back. I need to get the hell out of here. This demon hunter is going absolutely ham on me, and he's not going to let me go either. He's coming after me, look. I quickly turn around and turn him into stone though, and I'm trying to put my summons on him. I'm procced his phoenix as well. Yo, that guy nearly died. He pushed me all the way back, and I nearly managed to turn it on him and kill him, but I die again. Damn. Didn't want to die there. I was really hoping to turn him into stone and land my summons on him, but I didn't have enough skeletons to really kind of make an impact on that defense there. Okay, let's push over to the right hand side. Let's switch it up a little bit. Looks like the right hand one is a little bit further forward than the left hand one. We've got some players over here trying to work this right side. Let's go in and help them here. So we're going to start off with the summons. We're going to go in with the wraith, get a nice statue going. That's nice. Got the assist on that one. Good. They're coming in again with that demon hunter again. My golem's going forward, so are my skeletons. Got the kill. Lovely. There's another guy there as well. Let's push forward. Let's corpse explosion it. Bang. Have the corpse explosion. Hopefully that's going to get someone. Another wizard pushing in from behind us. And this is almost at the stairs now. Look, the skeleton's going in, causing that guy damage, but again, just too much damage on me. Too much damage on me and I go down. But we're really close to getting that right hand zealot over to the door there. Only a minute and a half left on the match at the moment. Let's see if we can try and push this through and get this match done. So again, I'm going to keep focusing on this right hand side. Looks like this is where the fight's going to be now for the remainder of this match. I get my golem out, and again, I need those skeletal champions to hurry up and rise up from the ground. That's where that 30% extra comes in. I just dropped a golem on someone's head and destroyed him. That was absolutely beautiful, and a second kill as well from the golems. Lovely. We're pushing forward. There's another guy there on the left hand side. I'm going to turn him into stone. There it is, and look at this damage. There's the kill. Beautiful. Lovely. Go straight in. I managed to wipe out almost the entire team on that right hand side that were pushing us. That was a lovely kill at the end there with the stone statue, followed in with all the summons and attacks. This other guy comes in to attack us, absolutely gets melted. And there's another one coming in there as well, but he's not going to last too long because there's a bunch of us here now, and that gate goes down. Beautiful. Let's push in. Let's go, 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 go. Let's get into the heart, and we're starting to run forward. And guys, I hope you're enjoying this build. I really do, because look at this. Look, into statues, bang, you're dead, just like that. That's how easy it is to take out people with that stun, that chip of the stone flesh, along with all these OP summons and the extra attack power we're getting from them. It's just a great way to take out enemies. You can see I'm doing my best there to try and cause some damage, but there's a whole bunch of them around me. Again, I'm using my summons, I'm using my corpse explosions and things, but it's not enough. And I go down, but the heart is almost destroyed. Look how much life is on that heart. It's got the tiniest amount of HP left on it. They still need like 9 kills to win. So we've actually turned this game right around now. And look, they're holding them in the lane here. I'm going to push forward with the Wraith. I'm going to make them come chasing after me. I need to push forward. They're going to kill me here. I know they are, but I'm pushing forward to allow my team to push in as well. And that's exactly what happens. And as you can see, the heart gets destroyed. So guys, There you go. That's the PvP side of it. That's how it works in PvP. I love this build. Let me know down in the comments what you think of my Necromancer build and the damage it causes and the control it has. MVP, baby. Let's go. And I will look forward to reading your comments. If you've got any suggestions, then leave your comments down below. And guys, I'll catch you on the flip side. But until then, you know how this next bit's going to go. Stay safe, everyone. And of course, peace out.